Why did people think Kim Yoo-jung was scary? What if the girl who once enchanted us with her wide-eyed innocence in historical palaces and sunlit romances could in a single glance unravel your trust in humanity itself? That chilling alchemy is precisely what Kim Yoo-jung unleashed in Dear Ex, her audacious plunge into the abyss as Baek Ah-jin, a sociopathic force of nature whose ascent through fame's treacherous peaks leaves a graveyard of shattered lives in her wake. Premiering on November 6th, 2025 on TVING, with its first 4 episodes dropping like a thunderclap, the series, adapted from Vanziun's gripping Naver Webtoon, didn't just premiere, it detonated across global screens, topping OTT charts in a staggering 108 countries within weeks and earning a rare 8.5 rating on IMDb from early viewers who called it an emotional storm that lingers like a bad dream. Directed by the visionary duo Lee Eung-bok and Park So-hyun, with a screenplay co-penned by the Webtoon's creator and Choi Ja-won, Dear Ex weaves a melo-thriller tapestry of ambition's ugliest underbelly, where beauty is the ultimate weapon and empathy the first casualty. For Kim Yoo-jung, at 25 and after 23 years in the spotlight, from child star in hits like Moon Embracing the Sun to the ethereal leads of Backstreet Rookie and My Demon, this wasn't merely a role, it was a reckoning, a deliberate demolition of her nation's little sister facade that has left audiences, and even her inner circle, questioning if the line between performer and persona ever truly existed. Baek Ah-jin isn't your garden variety villain. She's a meticulously engineered monster, born from the crucible of childhood horrors that the series unflinchingly lays bare in its opening episodes. Flashback to a rain-soaked schoolyard, where young Ah-jin, portrayed with heartbreaking ferocity by child actress Ki So-yu, endures not just bullying, but a systematic erosion of her soul. Abusive parents, indifferent teachers, and peers who treat her like yesterday's trash. Fast forward to adulthood, and Kim Yoo-jung inhabits this scarred survivor as a top-tier actress whose public mask of elegance conceals a predator's playbook: manipulation as breath, betrayal as breakfast. Ah-jin's singular drive to claw from societal gutters to glittering penthouses propels her through a web of exes, those expendable souls she discards like spent props. There's Yoon Jun-so, Kim Young-dae, her childhood confidant turned tragic enabler, whose blind devotion blinds him to the hell he's chosen. Kim Jae-oh, Kim Do-hoon, the shadowy operative who executes her whims with fanatic zeal, and Im Re-na, Lee Yul-um, the ambitious reporter sniffing too close to the truth. Special appearances, like Hwang In-youp's enigmatic idol-turned-actor, inject sparks of unexpected chemistry that twist the knife deeper, especially in later episodes where Ah-jin's encounters with figures like Moon Do-hyuk, played by Hong Jong-hyun, veer into a dark, intoxicating romance that has fans clamoring for spin-offs. The plot's picaresque structure, framed as a dark fairy tale, per the directors, escalates from visceral flashbacks of abuse, including scenes with Bae Soo-bin as her heartless father, Baek Song-gyu, who returns only to bleed her dry, to high-stakes showdowns in the cutthroat world of entertainment, where Ah-jin's rise coincides with literal and metaphorical bodies piling up. It's a narrative that doesn't redeem, it indicts, forcing viewers to confront how fame's machinery forges sociopaths from the vulnerable. And in doing so, it seduces you into rooting for the monster, guilty, thrilled, and utterly compromised. To forge this beast from within, Kim Yoo-jung didn't dip a toe. She dove headlong, emerging not unscathed, but profoundly altered in ways that echo the role's own psychological scars. Months before cameras rolled, she pored over clinical texts on antisocial personality disorder, dissecting real case studies of those who weaponize charm like a blade. The production team, in a stroke of meticulous authenticity, enlisted psychologists to curate a dossier of verbatim manipulative phrases, gaslighting gems like, "You have the right to criticize me, but I won't stoop to your level," that Ah-jin wields with surgical precision. Kim later recounted in a Seoul Cafe interview how just skimming 2 lines yanked her into the vortex so fiercely she slammed the file shut, heart pounding, whispering to herself that this immersion might swallow her whole if she lingered. It was a prescient fear. As principal photography ramped up, her physical form began to mirror Ah-jin's hollowed core. Pounds melted away, her once soft features sharpening into something gaunt and ghostly, a visual cue that blurred the script's lines into lived torment. Co-star Kim Young-dae, who plays the devoted Jun-so, revealed in his own sit-down that he witnessed her collapse after grueling shoots, her body buckling under the weight of scenes that demanded not just tears, but soul-bearing rage. "From our first table read, I was her fan," he shared. "But on set, Yoo-jung led us all. Yet I'd catch her eyes, those massive, piercing eyes, and think, she's really become terrifying. I worried for her, instinctively, like a colleague holding space for a storm." That eye work became her signature sorcery, leveraging her naturally large eyes to flash whites in calculated menace, or half-lid them into a sleepy, scheming veil that hid the calculus of cruelty beneath. Watching it unfold feels invasive, intimate, like peering into a mind that's equal parts brilliant and broken. And it stirs a reluctant awe at how she alchemizes vulnerability into venom. The emotional toll wasn't abstract, it was visceral, manifesting in blackouts that stunned even the crew. Certain climaxes, the blistering rooftop clash with her father, where Ah-jin's suppressed fury erupts in a torrent of accusations and anguish, or the venomous face-off with Shim Sung-hee, Kim Yi-kyung, where betrayal slices like glass, pushed Kim into uncharted neural territory. She described it as the brain's mercy kill. After peaks of overload, memories simply evaporated, leaving gaps she pieced together from dailies and colleagues' accounts. "The human mind shields itself post-trauma," she mused in a recent Korea Herald feature. And that's what happened. Those feelings were so alien to my everyday self that my psyche hit delete. Offset, the assimilation lingered like smoke. She'd catch her reflection mid-conversation and flinch at the unfamiliar coldness staring back, or find herself defaulting to Ah-jin's clipped cadences in casual chats. Uncanny parallels emerged too. Both women, she admitted, harbored a fierce hunger for validation amid industry pressures, though Kim's is tempered by genuine warmth Ah-jin could never fathom. "Our sync rate? -100%, she quipped at the press conference, drawing laughs, but the truth cut deeper. Those echoes made detachment a battle, one she fought by clinging to rituals like late-night calls with family or impromptu dances to pop tracks with co-stars, anything to summon Kim Yoo-jung from the shadows. Ripples spread beyond the soundstage, touching lives in ways both humorous and haunting. Post-airing, her phone buzzed with texts from friends who'd binge-watched in stunned silence. "You're too good at this. I'm keeping my distance for a week," one joked, while another confessed, "I paused mid-episode because your laugh as Ah-jin gave me chills. It's like she's real." Even family, usually squeamish about her edgier projects, tuned in en masse, emerging with proud nods and the rare admission that this was different, gripping, not just pretty. Webtoon devotees, a notoriously discerning horde, flooded forums with reverent posts. Kim Yoo-jung didn't adapt Baek Ah-jin, she resurrected her. Every micro-expression, every twisted smile is page perfect. For the actress, those affirmations were oxygen after the dive. They validated the scars, turning personal sacrifice into shared triumph. Yet, amid the acclaim, a poignant shadow fell. The passing of veteran icon Lee Soon-jae, whose brief but luminous role as a paternal figure in the series Tapestry prompted tearful tributes from Kim and Youngdae. In their finale interview, Delayed in Respect, she reflected on his mentorship's quiet power, how his decades-spanning gravitas reminded her that true depth comes from honoring the craft's elders, even as Ah-jin's story raged on without mercy. The series' alchemy extended to its ensemble, where every performance amplified the central inferno. Kim Young-dae's Jun-so is a masterclass in quiet devastation, a man who loves Ah-jin enough to torch his own life, his eyes pleading in scenes that ache with unspoken pleas for her redemption. Kim Do-hoon's Jae-oh slithers through the margins as the ultimate facilitator, his fanaticism a mirror to Ah-jin's isolation, while Lee Yo-lum's Reina injects journalistic fire, her dogged pursuit unraveling threads with the precision of a scalpel. Child portrayals, especially Ki So-yu's young Ah-jin, ground the horror in raw, unfiltered pain. Kim took the pint-sized powerhouse under her wing pre-shoot, sharing snacks and stories to ease her into the intensity, a maternal gesture that humanized the set's darker days. And then there's Hwang In-youp's special turn, whose chemistry with Kim crackles like live wire in the back half, transforming Ah-jin's calculated flirtations into something perilously close to genuine peril. Fans haven't missed it. X-threads buzz with shipper fervor, dissecting their banter from Youth MT cameos to Dear X's feverish tension, wondering if this dark romance could spawn its own tale. It's these interconnections, the way Jun-so, Jae-oh, and Rina orbit Ah-jin like doomed satellites, that elevate the thriller beyond pulp into a meditation on complicity, how the monsters we fear are often built by the hands that claim to save them. Globally, Dear X didn't just stream, it stormed, becoming TVING's fastest riser and the first K-drama to sync launch on HBO Max and Disney Plus Japan, where it clawed into top 3 spots amid cherry blossom forecasts. Flix Patrol crowned it HBO Max's numero uno in 7 nations, from the US to Spain, while Vicky's subtitled Frenzy propelled it to viral status. Hashtags like Baek Ah-jin and Dear X trended for days, amassing millions of impressions. In Korea, Good Data's buzz charts bowed to Kim Yoo-jung at the summit, her villainy outpacing rom-com darlings and saguk stalwarts alike. Critics, from Tatler Asia's raves, a sociopath refined by fame, peeling ambition's desperate layers, to Wheon's nods to her subtle aura hiding lethal intent, hailed it as career zenith, the role that shattered her typecast chains, proving she could helm horrors as deftly as heart flutters. Viewers echoed the verdict. Asian wiki forums brim with confessions like, "Her evil laughs and psychic stares woke my dark side. Rewatched thrice already." While IMDb logs praise the fresh concept that hooks from episode 1, child actors shining amid the storm. Even skeptics, put off by early brutality, concede the pull. Dislike Ah-jin all you want. That means Kim nailed it. But beneath the laurels lies the role's double-edged blade, one Kim wields with fierce intentionality. She chose immersion over insulation, allowing Ah-jin's chill to seep into her bones for authenticity's sake, staying in character between takes, murmuring lines to herself in mirrors, even as it frayed her sleep and spiked her stress. "I felt that hollowness from within," she told Zapsy, unpredictable emotions bubbling up like they were mine. The production's safeguards, therapy sessions scripted in, co-stars' gentle tugs back to levity, were lifelines, yet the aftershocks persist. Watching her own breakup scene with Ho In Kang, Hwang In-young, that ruthless smirk twisting her lips, she recoiled in genuine shock. How could I embody that cruelty? It was a mirror too merciless, a reminder that art's deepest cuts heal slowest. Still, she frames it as gift-wrapped valor, the chance to honor the webtoon's ferocity, to challenge herself against giants like Eung-bok's lens, whose goblin and descendants of the sun bent time itself. In a Times of India reflection, she touched on industry longevity. 23 years, and it's hard to let people close amid the masks. Yet Dear X flipped that script, forging bonds amid the bleakness. Youngdae's fanboy awe turning to protective kinship, Do-hoon's quiet respect, the crew's collective exhale at wrap. As the 12-episode arc hurtles toward its finale, rumors swirl of Ah-jin's empire teetering on exposures that could topple her gilded cage. Dear X stands as more than a hit. It's a cultural scalpel, excising illusions of stardom's sheen to reveal the rot beneath. For Kim Yoo-jung, it's liberation incarnate. The girl who debuted at 4, navigating child stardom's minefield with poise beyond years, now commands the adult realm unchained. No longer confined to doe-eyed purity, she roams freely. Romance, revenge, now this raw psychological plunge, her range a beacon for peers. Fans sense it too. X posts dissect her evolution from Thread of Lies' subtle bully to Dear X's unhinged queen, marveling at the thread of quiet intensity weaving through. She's the actress we've waited for, one viral thread declares. Versatile, bold, unafraid to scare us into feeling. And in quieter moments, as she sips coffee post-interview, laughing off friends' playful avoidance, there's a profound peace. The knowledge that by bearing her darkness, she's illuminated paths for others. To embrace the shadows, to climb without apology, to remind us that true power lies not in perfection, but in the fearless unraveling of the self. Yet the fascination endures, doesn't it? In a world quick to idolize the flawless, Kim Yoo-jung's embrace of the fractured, her willingness to let Ah-jin's gaze linger in her own, to trade serenity for seismic impact, redefines stardom's script. Dear X isn't just a series, it's a manifesto, whispering that the most compelling stories bloom from the bravery to become, however briefly, the villain in your own tale. And as episodes unspool, with Ah-jin's masks cracking under the weight of her own ambition, one can't help but wonder, in shedding her light for this eclipse, has Kim Yoo-jung not only conquered the screen, but quietly rewritten the rules of what it means to be seen?